Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Omega Jolteon, and we are here for UBC Season 6, Week 10. We're taking on ZAMCRO, aka Scoot, coach of the Blackmont Raikougars. Check him out in the description below. He's a very cool guy and a very solid player in the format. I don't think he's doing too well this season. I believe he is 2-7. And he's been pretty unlucky this season, so that record does not show how solid of a player he is. So we have to take him seriously, definitely, because he's a very good player. And yeah, let's go into the matchup. The team I have is Mega Aerodactyl, Infernape, Z Thunderous Therian, Alolan Persian, Serperior, Nidoqueen, Mew, Alolan Ninetales, Jellicent, Munchlax, Shelgon, and Metang. So it's my team, and his team is extremely threatening, which consists of the likes of Z Manaphy, Charizard X, Fortress, Decidueye, Togekiss, Necrozma, Scolipede, Licky, Hitmonlee, and Stunfisk. So this is a pretty tricky matchup in my opinion, and I think I think it's a bit more even, but I feel like I have a pretty good team versus him. But the matchup's pretty scary. Stuff like Charizard X actually does really well versus me, because it really needs a combination of Flare Blitz plus Dragon Claw to hit my team like super hard, and then soft check stuff like Thunderous. So yeah, it's a huge threat to me, so I'm gonna have to prepare for that pretty heavily. Stuff like Necrozma is a huge threat to me as well. I don't have the greatest ways to break it because my dark type is Alolan Persian, and Scolipede's a huge threat with the combination of stuff like SD, Mega Horn, Throat Chop, Poison Jab, I believe, or Rock Slide. No, Rocks. Or is it Poison Jab? I don't remember, but no, Aqua Tail. That is a very threatening combination versus me. Manaphy is always a threat, but I have stuff like Thundy and Serperior to check that pretty well. But yeah, his whole theme's very threatening. I can see like everything coming versus me, so I'm gonna have to prep a pretty good team versus him to beat him. So yeah, let's go and look in the team I am bringing. First mon I am bringing is the Verd, and it is just a nice bulky Aerodactyl. 3 attacks Roost. If you look at his team, my defensive typing versus him is Mega Aerodactyl's defensive typing is pretty good versus him, because with my investment I could take stuff like a +1 Thunder Punch from a +1 Zardex, and I could take a hit from Scolipede pretty well. I could check stuff like Togekiss pretty nicely because Air is a really fat mon, and I have enough speed to outspeed like a Scolipede that is not too speed invested. So yeah, that is just my Aerodactyl. These 3 moves hit most of his team. Stone Edge hits most of his team. Fire Fang hits stuff like Fortress, and Earthquake hits stuff like Stunfisk. Next mon I am bringing is just a Fist Plate SD Infernape. If you look at his team, I wanted something to break through stuff like Licky, and after +2 I could break through stuff like Manaphy plus Zardex very easily. I could set up on stuff like Fortress. I could set up on Licky. I could set up on Decidueye. I could set up on maybe like a Charizard trying to force me out. There's a lot of setup opportunities, and the only way you can really check this is stuff like a Scarf Togekiss offensively, because he can't check this thing defensively at all. He needs to check me with Scolipede, like a Scarf Necrozma or a Scarf Togekiss. That's the only real way so he can revenge my Infernape. So yeah, Infernape is a fantastic matchup as a breaker, and I really wanted this to break down stuff like Licky, which is a pretty huge threat versus my pretty big annoyance to my team. So yeah, that is my Infernape. Thunder Punch can kill the Manaphy after rocks, and a Fist Plate boosted close combat kills Charizard after rocks. So it's pretty nice. So that's my Infernape. Next mon I'm bringing is my Nasty Pot Fightinium Z Thundy T. I thought about bringing stuff like Grassium Z, but overall it struggled versus stuff like okay, that was weird. It wouldn't play the music, but it struggles versus stuff like a Grassium Z that struggles versus like Charizard X, Licky. So and it could murder Stunfisk after a +2, but I think he might just carry the Rindo Berry in the first place. And having my Fight Team Z to just straight up Oko stuff like Licky Licky, Stunfisk, and Charizard X. Not Stunfisk, but just blow it away after +2. It's the best neutral coverage versus him, and this combination just hits his team extremely hard. And HP Flying can Oko do a lot of damage to stuff like Charizard X at potential +4, because they can easily set this up on the Stunfisk and blow it away after a +4 Fight Titanium Z. I can straight up Oko that, so yeah, that's not too big of a threat versus me, and I can just set up on it. And HP Flying can Oko stuff like Decidueye as well, because I think he might bring a Colbur set, but I'm not entirely sure. But this thing can also revenge Manaphy at a +1. And if he doesn't bring something like Scolipede, he needs to bring a Scarfer to potentially revenge this. So, yeah, Thundurus is a huge breaker / win con this game. So, yeah, it's a pretty fantastic bring versus him. Next mon I'm bringing is my Scarf Persian. This is enough speed to outspeed stuff like Scolipede. And with this coverage, I probably should have switcheroo over Play Off, but what can you do now? But Parting Shot is very nice versus him, and I mainly had this to check a +1 Charizard X, because after +1 I could still take a Flare Blitz pretty well with my Fur Coat. I can do a lot of damage with Foul Play. So yeah, this is a great pivot versus him. Gets a Parting Shot, so I can set up easier with my Infernape plus Thunder T and my next mon in my Superior. And yeah, this is enough speed for Scolipede, but Superior is just this is my main check. Oh, I was overgrown this game. Oh boy, that would have been spooky. Oh god, I just noticed that now. But this was meant to be contrary, but this set is pretty good versus him. It kind of gets stopped by stuff like Togekiss, but I needed a nice check to a Z Rain Dance Manaphy, because overall, I don't think he will bring it, but if he does, this team, if I didn't have like a Yachi Serp, this team would have been very weak to it. So, yeah, I needed that Serp. I needed the Yachi Berry to take a nice beam pretty well from it, and I could set up on it. But I mainly had substitute for the so a scenario I see coming up in the game, because I think his Scolipede set is going to be Mega Horn, Throat Chop, Aqua Tail. Overall, that just hits most of my team pretty hard. So I see a scenario with him clicking Protect on my Superior, so he can get the speed boost. So I'll be able to sub on that, and I'll be able to kill it next turn. So overall, this is a pretty good bring versus him. I needed stuff like Togekiss, maybe Decidueye taken down first, so this thing can win, but overall, this is a pretty good bring versus him. Last mon I'm bringing is just a bulky Nidoqueen. Mainly had this just as my rock setter, and this is basically my check to the Scolipede, because if his coverage, like I said, is going to be Mega Horn, Aqua Tail, Throat Chop, I believe. I'm like 100%, not 100, probably 100% on that coverage. So he's not going to bring EQ because it doesn't hit Aerodactyl, so he needs to bring Aqua Tail. So I have the Partial Berry to take that, and I could Oko that with a Flamethrower. So, and I can set up rocks versus a Fortress. I could beat a Fortress 1v1 because he won't be able to spin on me. So, yeah, that is my team versus ZAMCRO. And yeah, let's get straight into the battle piece. Alright, we are back with our battle versus ZAMCRO, aka Scoot, coach of the Blackmont Raikougars. So the team he has brought is the Mega Charizard X. Let me switch sides first. Yep, okay. Yep, reset. Okay, so the team he has brought is the Mega Charizard X, the Fortress, the Togekiss, the Necrozma, the Licky Licky, and the Stunfisk. So, kind of what I expected. I expected maybe Scolipede over like a Fortress, maybe. Definitely expected Stunfisk for the Thunder's T check. And I kind of expected what's his name, Manaphy, but I could have seen Manaphy not coming this game because I do have stuff like Superior and Thundy, but it would have been nice to check stuff like my Aerodactyl, my Infernape, stuff like that. So, kind of surprised about what the team he has brought, but I can understand, definitely. So I think his team is going to be like a DD Roost Zardex, because that's just a very good set versus me. Maybe like a Hazard's Fortress with Spin. A Togekiss, maybe Scarf Togekiss. Necrozma, I expect maybe like a Wind Condition Necrozma. I'm not sure what it is though. Maybe Trick Room, maybe Rock Polish. So maybe Rock. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what his Necrozma is. Will be definitely a Fat Licky plus Stunfisk to check most of my team. Stunfisk is definitely going to be the rocker this game. So yeah, as a team, I'm going to bring in I am going to lead off with my Alolan Persian, because overall, I could easily parting shot in anything on his team, because Scarf Persian outspeeds everything on his team, and I can get momentum pretty early. So I just go right into Syrup right now, as he goes for the discharge. I'm going to turn this low. He goes for the discharge, and luckily I don't get parried. So yeah, right now I'm just going to go for the Leaf Storm because there's no point over predicting, but I unfortunately do miss Leaf Storm. It doesn't really matter too much, but I would have loved to known some information about this Togekiss set to see if it was like a Scarf Kit, like a HP invested Kiss, like a offensive Kiss. So it would have been nice to scout of its spread, but overall it doesn't matter too much, because this turn I just go into my I believe my I go into my Thundy T this turn, because I don't think he was going to stay in, and I wanted to try to break down his team early, so I can win late game with my potential Infernape. So right now I'm just gonna click the Nasty Plot, as he decides to click the rocks right here, as which is a fine play. And yeah, I just go for the Nasty Plot again because a +2 Fightinium Z does not KO a Spit-Out Stunfisk, so I had to go for that to kill it, but unfortunately he does miss. Now this matters a lot this game. This matters a ton. So, but as you see, I would have still just killed him with the Fightinium Z. Yeah, that Stunfisk just dropped. So this turn he goes into Licky, and I just decided just to go for the Thunderbolt because, like I said, I wanted to break down his team. And if he wasn't a Spidef, like a very Spidef Licky, he would have died. He would have died to that. As you see, he does die. As it's looking kind of grim for him because he's nothing to outspeed this. He brings out the Zard, but a +2 HP flying always KOs Zard, so that's not going to take a hit from me. So yeah, this Thundurus is looking pretty good this game. And he goes into the Fortress. He does go into the Sturdy. And yeah, he can't take the hit anymore. It goes to the Gyro. And yeah, this is basically looking like GG, unless he's like a Scarf Kiss or something. Yeah, this is very unfortunate. I'll talk about it more in the end, but he is a Scarf Togekiss, which is definitely good bring versus me, but he unfortunately does not get the flinch here, which is a bit unfortunate for him because he could have had a chance to win this game, but yeah, but he didn't get the flinch, so it's a bit unfortunate. And the Thunderbolt does not kill. It will kill the Necrozma, so I do win the 6-0, which is really unfortunate. Sorry about that, Scoot. That toxic miss definitely sucked, but I'm not sure how the game would have turned out because my game plan is try to break down his team and hopefully win like game with one of my my Serp or my Infernape or my Arrow. So I think it would have been tricky to win, depending on this Necrozma set, but I'm not sure. I think I didn't really ask him, so I'll check his upload, but for like his Necrozma set, because I didn't ask him after the game, so it could have been tricky if he's like a Rock Polish Necrozma, so that's a bit unfortunate. So yeah, I'm very sorry about that toxic suit. I was looking forward to this game, and that I didn't want that to happen, especially because how your season went because of just all the luck. So I'm very sorry about that, man. But we do with this win we do secure our second place. Probably should be first place because I know I'm harping on this a lot, but if we did, we should have beat Brendan week 8, but we didn't. Because if we won that with our game versus Bill in this, we would have gone to 9-1 and got our first place seed. But second place isn't too bad, which is a bit unfortunate. I'm not really salty about it because we still get our bye, but yeah, it's just a bit unfortunate because I wanted to get that. I wanted to get the bye week, the first place spot. Just how I've just because of I don't know what I'm trying to say. I really want to get that first place, but unfortunately we didn't. I think we're like one differential point behind Halu. So if like for example, if say if I didn't miss versus Nader week 1, we would have gotten our first place. So there's a lot of situations like my game versus Vepsis, I lost like 2 differential points. So I probably should have been higher than Halu. Definitely no discredit to Halu. He had a great season, but I would have liked that first place spot. But it's only just really because just to say I got first place in the UBC, which would have been cool. But what can you do? We still got our bye week, and I don't know who our playoff opponent is, but I'm definitely excited for the playoffs. I'm definitely gonna go gun for the cup. I definitely want that. I definitely want to have that rematch versus Halu because of that. Just that's the only game that I definitely feel like I should have lost that game, even though I misplayed a bit. But I don't know. But GG to ZAMCRO, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week for the playoffs of the UBC. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.